What is going on, guys? I'm Jaye Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Draya Michele and Orlando Scandrick. Now, I made a couple videos over the last couple of months, but I'm going to link y'all to the video I made about her and Orlando specifically. Okay? And basically, they were together for a while. They have a kid together. Some people may have thought they would have gotten married to each other, but they broke up towards the end of the year, courtesy of Draya Michele. She went public with that info, and she immediately started dating another guy, another NFL player. Okay, that fell through, and then you start to see her sort of speak on her past situation here and there. She went on a Twitter rant, actually, and people knew she was talking about Orlando. Well, I guess Orlando, got tired of her subliminally dissing him or dissing him outright, because she posted a tweet that she later deleted where she basically talked about how one of his friends was driving her old car. Well, I just want to say this. It's not your car if he still has it. But this is what she said. He got his homeboys driving my old car. I can't wait to see who's going to be wearing my watch. Clown face. And Orlando found out about this because I think they reposted it on IG, on one of these blog pages. And he responded in the comment section by saying, "You out here effing everyone and now just saying anything. I understand your mental confusion." Now, what's very interesting is that there were a lot of women who took her side. There were some who didn't. But actually there was one or two that actually sent me this, and we actually agreed on Draya, basically being bitter towards how the relationship ended. Orlando hasn't said anything about her. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but the fact that she's dissing a guy who she's not with. You were dating other men after you broke up with Orlando. Why are you speaking about Orlando? Now, again, do I agree with him going in there saying that? I mean, I wouldn't have said that, because perception is everything, and what's going to happen is that they're going to use your words against you. But I have no problem with him responding with honesty, and Orlando was honest, and I appreciate the honesty. I don't know, maybe I would have said the same thing. I probably would have used more PC language in more articulate fashion. Not saying he's not, but I would have did it in a way that would have been intelligent and comical, because we all know that Draya is out here smashing, get smashed by these dudes out here. It's just that you're not really going to see people admit it, but he's admitting it, and people want to call him bitter and upset, but he's only responding to the amount of subliminal hits that she's been posts that she's been putting out here about him, because he really hasn't said anything about her. He's been doing his TV gig, post football career. Maybe he's still going to continue to play. And she's the one who seems like she wanted to go have some fun and then go back to Orlando. But I think this is the reason they didn't get married. I think Orlando thought about it, and he said to himself, do I really want to marry her? Because it wouldn't surprise me if she dealt with dudes while they were together, because they did break up a time or two while they were together and got back together. I'm pretty sure he's heard things. This guy is an athlete, and she seems to like her athletes. That's why she ended up dating another football player after they broke up. Immediately after they broke up, well, after it was announced. They probably would have broke up before then, but immediately after she announced it, she's out on dates with dudes. You know what I'm saying? So if this is Orlando's mentality now, imagine what it was when they were together contemplating getting married. Now, he went on his IG story to post some more. Okay, he says, learn to be done, not mad, not bothered, just done. Protect your peace at all costs. And I can agree with that. Listen, if you as a woman have moved on, you shouldn't care who's driving your old car, because apparently it's not your car if he still has it. If it was your car, you would have took it with you. Okay? So you shouldn't care what's going on in his life. If you have moved on, he's moved on. But I think what happened was Draya got out there. She was single for a little while, and she realized that she wanted to be in a relationship again. She wants to get married, and Orlando is like, no. He has no interest. And one of the reasons why I said that I probably wouldn't have said exactly what he said publicly is because what if they get back together? What if they get back together and actually get married? He's going to have to deal with people clowning him for basically saying that she gets smashed by a lot of dudes. And you're wifing her up. Because I know Draya hopes they get back together. That's why she's concerned about who's driving her old car. Now, again, I could be wrong. Maybe she left the car at his house and never went and got it for whatever reason. She's talking about how, somebody may be wearing her watch. Again, if you have property at this man's house, go get it. Why are you leaving it there? Okay? Why are you leaving it there? If you're complaining about it, go get it. So you wouldn't have to worry about nobody driving your car or possibly wearing a watch or jewelry or whatever. Okay? But I don't think Draya has moved on. I think Orlando, for the most part, has moved on. I'm not saying he's moved on 100%, but I think he's moved on. And she knows he's moved on. She knows that he had no intention of marrying her. He probably still has no intention of marrying her. And I think that really bothers her, that this man doesn't want to marry her. But what she doesn't understand is that she has a reputation. She has dealt with a lot of dudes in the industry, probably more than I know. And maybe he knows more than everybody else do. It wouldn't surprise me. People have to understand something, man. Just because these guys date women who are well known in the industry for all the wrong reasons, that doesn't mean they're gonna marry these women. Because I've had women tell me that men like thizots, they like women who are attention slurs. But do those men marry those women? That's what I want to know. Do those men actually marry those women? I would say no, for the most part. Look at the women that they date, mess around with, and look at the women that they're actually marrying. They're actually basically opposites for the most part. Now, they're going to be tied together for a long time, forever, because they have a kid together, But I think that Orlando and her was just never really the right match. There was a female that told me that, he likes the drama too, and I said, you know what, you might be right, because he did go on Basketball Wives with her and got into it with another woman. He was right there with her. I think at that time, he really wanted to be with her, so he was willing to do that. But I think as time went on, he was like, I don't want to be a part of this reality TV drama BS. But when you leave comments like you did, you're putting yourself in a situation where you're a part of the show. And I don't think he really wants to be a part of any type of drama on social media. Now, she also responded to what he said by saying, I guess she posted this on IG or Twitter. Know the difference. Never mad over a man, just a little, but hurt over things I lost in the fire. I'll never bring up nothing about him and complain, because I don't care about that, but someone is mad. Draya, I think he's only upset because you're bringing up the fact that one of his friends is driving your car. And I think he probably felt the need to respond in that moment because he feels like you're being, disrespectful. And I think that's the only reason why he responded. If you were just talking about him, Specifically, I don't think he would have responded, but because you're saying you're alleging that his friend is driving your car, I think he felt like, okay, this is enough. But for anybody to look at this back and forth and to think that, he's just out here just going at her, he's just so bitter, I don't see that. I just really don't see that. Draya is the one going on the Twitter rants, not Orlando. And people are not seeing that point. I do believe that Orlando, for the most part, needs to understand that that's her life, is reality TV show. She's going to seek attention. I mean, look at her latest posts. I mean, it thirsts of attention. And it's just sad because, that's really that's the future for a lot of women on social media, who they may have a nice body, they may still have their, attractiveness, but they're not going to be able to get that elusive ring. Now, they'll tell you that they don't care about marriage, but a lot of these women care a lot about marriage. Because if they didn't care about marriage, they wouldn't be accepting engagements, like getting engaged to men. They would not be posting about how they want a marriage, they want this and that. Or maybe they don't. But I believe that Orlando saw right through Draya and just wanted nothing to do with Draya. And what's very interesting is that if this was a guy who kept subliminally posting about his ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, and then he's talking about, hey, my so-and-so has her friend driving my car, or has some dude at my house, and he would be immediately seen as being bitter, somebody who needs to move on, let her go. Men are always trying to hold on to women or trying to keep women from being happy in these situations. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is this, is that he chose to date her. He chose to have a kid with her, get engaged to her. But I think that he understood that just this wasn't the right person for him long term, whether people like that or not. I just think that in this situation, Draya is the one who looks bad in this situation, because it seemed like she still is holding on to this relationship. She was dating a football player in December, but she hasn't really been with anybody since. That's because I still think a part of her is waiting for Orlando to wake up and want to reconcile and apologize and, keep the family together. Maybe that can happen, but after what Orlando said, I really doubt that would happen. But again, nothing surprises me with these celebs these days.